So this is my current skill tree. I've skipped some of the points in Sawbones and put them in Scrapper and Dirty Fighting instead. On Scrapper, I got it on the increased all healing done by 3% and all healing received by 3%. That is quite a lot, so you shouldn't skip it. You can either choose to go higher into Scrapper or place them into Dirty Fighting. I placed them into Dirty Fighting to get this one, Dirty Escape, which reduces the cooldown of Dirty Kick by 15 seconds, and that is quite a lot, so it's really useful to get away from people. And as well, you'll get hold out defense, so when you use Blaster Whip, you'll run faster afterwards. This is my current gear, or stats. I got Brutalizer gear for the most part. I got the relic, the power one, and I got this matrix cube instead of another Brutalizer relic. It is because it has so much more cunning than the normal PvP one. I don't have fully Brutalizer gear yet because I haven't played too much, so I haven't been grinding that yet, but it is Brutalizer or run for the most part. I also have augments. All of my gear pieces are augmented with skill augment 28, which gives 20 plus in endurance and 30 plus in cunning, which is quite a lot if you have it on all your pieces. So my key bindings, they're pretty simple. My main healing abilities I got on 1, 2, 3, and 4, because I can reach them easily while I'm moving myself. And I always have my key bindings so I can reach them while moving or kiting others. So it will be easier for me to run and move while doing skills. So you'll see me using shift much and things that are around W, A, S, and D. And you can also see that there are a lot of different ones. You should go with easy ones that you can feel comfortable by yourself. If that is using shift, control, or alt instead, go ahead. But for me, using shift has been the one thing I've done since I started. Also, one key binding that everyone should have is the key binding to throw the hot ball. Even though you're not using them on all your war zones, you'll find it really useful that you can throw the hot ball way quicker than you normally can. And that will not only help you, but it'll help your group and team win as well. So some of you have asked me to show you how you get the cooldown text on the abilities. So if I use, for example, Sneak, and then you can see that it says 55 seconds and it goes down depending on how it is. And you find that under preferences, and then under user interfaces you just scroll down from general to cooldown settings, and then you'll find this one. If you don't have it on, then you should press it on, because otherwise you have to move your mouse on top of them, and that you'll spare extra time by having this. You can choose like different types of styles as well. I just have it on style 1 and 1 because that seems the most easiest for me. And remember to press apply after having your settings done. I don't have a standard rotation I do all the time, but one thing you should do, and I use as often as I can, is that you always should start in stealth, because when you leave stealth you'll automatically gain 2 upper hands, and that you can do either the Culti pack afterwards or the emergency med pack, and that is quite useful. So each time you enter a battle or war zone, go into stealth and go out of stealth as you have to heal people, and then you won't get focus target at once. So people won't see you for first, so you won't get focus target by everyone at the same time, because you, as a healer, you'll most likely get marked at once, and you'll gain 2 upper hands, so it's win-win there. I only keep slow release med pack on myself and my tank or friend. You should keep slow release med pack active on at least 2 people all the time. If you're good enough to keep it on everyone in your ops group or everyone around you all the time, then that's really good. But personally, I find it hard to keep it active on everyone all the time. So I stick to either my friend, tank, and me. Usually around there. If you have medpack mastery on your skill tree, it will make you pop upper hand quite a lot. So that is one of your reasons why you should actually have slow release medpack active as much as you can. Same as slow release medpack, you should always have cold to pack on someone all the time. The cooldown is really little. You can spam it off cooldown all the time, and you should spam it off cooldown all the time. It is actually a massive heal, even though you're not aware of it, and if you keep it on yourself, you're way less vulnerable to die if you get stun locked. Call to Cloud is something you should use when you have 100% energy, because it takes quite a lot of energy, and you should always use it on crowds. I use it often when I run into crowds. So if I see a bunch of people on my team surrounding around one area, I'll just run into that area and use Call to Cloud on myself. To keep an eye on your energy is really important as a Scoundrel. If you read on my energy, it'll stay at energy level 100% energy regeneration on fast. If I spam Underworld Medicine for too long, it'll come below 60%, and then it'll go to moderate instead. And if you go below 40%, it'll go to slow, and then really slow. You will should always have your energy above 60% all the time. And 2 ways to get it if you really have to spam Underworld Medicine to keep someone alive. You should use either Cool Head or Diagnostic Scan to get up to 60 again. And that is why having Prognostic Critical and Patient Studies on your skill tree, because Patient Studies increases the speed at which Diagnostic Scan channels by 30%. In addition, Diagnostic Scan critical hits restores true energy. And just the fact that it restores true energy makes it a really good way to get energy back. Because also you can heal people passively, and you can heal people all the time because you can just spam it. But you'll also gain energy by doing so. Kiting is one of the most crucial things you can do as a Scoundrel healer. It is hard to get away from people when they first focus you and really tries to kill you, and if they're decent players. But you have some skills that you can use to get away from people, and one of the main skills you have is the roll one, where you roll away from others. And that is your only way to get away from people. That and Disappearing Act. But Disappearing Act has such long cooldown that you can't rely on it all the time. The roll skill is free for the moment. Before it wasn't, but then you can also spam it. Now you can only use it 2 times in a row, and then you'll get a cooldown on 10 seconds. The cooldown isn't that long, but you'll notice it if you played the Scoundrel healer before the patch. I personally think that it's great that it's free now, and it makes it way easier to use it, but I can't spam it as much as I did before. and that makes it harder for me to get away from people. The hardest classes to get away from, after my opinion, is the mercenaries and commandos, because they have this electrona thing that makes you unable to roll or use your disappearing act, and you walk really slow. So that is why I have hard times getting away from them, and I think that is the only class I can't kite and can actually solo kill me. But other than that, getting away from melee people and kiting melee people are really simple. In SWToR, for example, you just have to run around a gigantic pole and get into corners, and so they have to run after you. Ranged are easier to get away from, after my opinion. The snipers got this ability where they can get you stuck in the place where you stand. That is annoying as well, but you can remove it by using triage. And you can also, the only thing you have to do is keep a wall between you and the ranged people you are trying to kite. If you have a wall or a thing between you, you can't get shot. So get out of line of sight, and that should be easy enough. So the last thing I'd like to show you is how you do your upstream spigot. So you just go to interface editor, and then you press on the upstream, and then you have to do the scale bigger, and if that's not enough for you, you can scroll down till you come to health width and health height. And you can also do the text thing, which you can see the percent and the numbers to see how much health people got. And after that, you just have to press on save, and then you got it.